Thee and Mitty, and the women's pro-Confederacy stance conflicted with Thee's pro-Union sentiments. To avoid arguments, Mitty stayed away from the dinner table. Thee wanted to enlist in the army, but Mitty argued that he would be fighting against her brothers, so he hired a substitute, then a common practice, but an act he always regretted, and one his son would feel honor-bound to redeem. Instead, Thee spent the war years working for the U.S. Sanitary Commission, the forerunner of the American Red Cross, helping sick and wounded soldiers, and the U.S. Employment Bureau, searching for work for soldiers who had lost limbs. He was also a charter member of the Union League, which raised money to support both causes. He worked hard at his business and other philanthropies and enjoyed a rich social life. "Father was the finest man I ever knew, and the happiest," Roosevelt wrote. Mitty's sister tutored the children at home, and Thee instilled in them an abiding love of learning by reading to them, organizing amateur dramas, and encouraging them to write, recite poetry, and pursue other intellectual interests. Teedy was a voracious reader and showed a talent for naturalism. In the family summer house at Oyster Bay on Long Island, he watched birds, took lessons in taxidermy, and after obtaining a seal's head at a local market with 2 cousins, set up at the age of 7 his own Roosevelt Museum of Natural History. Corinne's friends Edith Carow and Fanny Smith were regular visitors, and Teedy, the ordained leader of the group, orchestrated their activities and made up stories to entertain the other children. When Teedy was 10, Thee and Mitty took all the children on a year-long tour of England, France, Germany, Holland, Italy, Scotland, and Switzerland. Teedy kept a detailed diary of his experiences, both physical and intellectual, from climbing Mount Vesuvius to viewing the treasures of the Vatican. Despite these adventures, Teedy spent much of the journey bedridden by asthma and stomach troubles. Back home, Thee took his son aside for a talk. "Theodore," he said, using the boy's formal name to stress the gravity of what he was about to say, "you have the mind, but you have not the body, and without the help of the body, the mind cannot go as far as it should. You must make your body. It is hard drudgery to make one's body, but I know you will do it." Teedy promised, "I'll make my body." From then on, he followed a punishing routine of lifting weights and exercising. His father installed a home gym on the 2nd floor of the townhouse, and Teedy's determination kept him at the task daily, even though his progress was painfully slow. After 2 boys teased him into a fight and then whipped him with easy contempt, as he later wrote, Teedy started taking boxing lessons. "Although timid by nature, by acting as if I was not afraid, I gradually ceased to be afraid." Courage was a matter of habit and willpower, he decided, and he cultivated it for the rest of his life. It was years before the boxing lessons and the workouts produced visible results, but his health improved. The asthma attacks still came, but rarely. In the month of August, 1871, his diary didn't mention a single ailment. It would be many years before the asthma and intestinal inflammation completely ended, but Roosevelt had conquered his body, and he would do so again and again. When Theodore was 14, Thee once more took the family abroad, this time spending a year in Egypt, Germany, Greece, Palestine, Syria, and Turkey. The boy reveled in the exotic and historic sights and scenes, writing in his diary, "In the evening we visited Harnack by moonlight. It was not beautiful only, it was grand, magnificent, and awe-inspiring. It seemed to take me back thousands of years to the time of the pharaohs, and to inspire thoughts which can never be spoken, a glimpse of the ineffable, of the unutterable." He observed, shot, and stuffed dozens of birds and animals, his vision and aim improved by eyeglasses. "I had no idea how beautiful the world was," he wrote later, "until I got those spectacles." The family returned home to a new mansion on West 57th Street, with a full gym and attic space for Theodore's specimens. At 15, his education